Just a quick review for you for Toki. And it's really something that if you just set it in your mind that this is the decision I have to make in order to choose the right form, it will work every time. And the good news is the only time you have to make a decision about present or past is when you're using a verb or an action word. So you need to think about what comes before the Toki and what's going to come after the Toki and decide, are these two things going on at the same time or are they in some way overlapping? And if they are overlapping at all, then this will be in the plain present form. Remember, that can be positive or negative before the Toki. If in order to do this second part, you have to have completed the first part, then that's going to be in the plain past. In other words, this part is over in positive or negative. This part is over, and it has to be over, otherwise it almost would be impossible to do the second part. That's the only decision you have to make in Toki. The great news is that if you are using a describing adjective, a na, or an e, or a noun, you never do anything except this. If it's a na adjective, you never put anything except the na. If it's an e adjective, you just let it finish with the e. You do not change anything. And if it's a noun, you're going to add no. That's it. So the only time you're making a decision, past or present, is if you're using a verb, an action word. So a couple of examples. When I went to Hiroshima, I rode the bullet train. So you are on the bullet train and you're riding the bullet train to get there. いいですね。そして、you are riding the bullet train while you are going to Hiroshima. So that would be noru or notte iru toki Hiroshima ni ikimashita. Or you could put it the other way. Hiroshima ni iku toki, Shinkansen ni narimashita. Either way to do it. If you're doing when I went to school, I met my friend, you have to be at school to meet your friend. Dakara ne, that would be the ita toki tomodachi ni aimashita. When I was 6 years old, I met the queen. So you're 6, you're rokusai. This is not an action word. This is a noun. Oh, it's not an e adjective. So therefore, it's a rokusai no toki. I've left the one at the top because that's a different case. The minute you see this, this is what we call a habit. And a habit is always in the plain present. So the minute you see always, you know it's going to be in the plain present. だから、宿題をするときは夜です。Or 夜のとき, that will work the other way. 夜のとき would also work. 宿題をしています。いいですね。You don't need to add the word いつも. Because if you choose your items right on one side of the toki and on the other, the itsumo comes through. So it could be yoru no toki or shukudai o suru toki wa itsumo wa yoru desu. Well, I hope that helped. Anyway, we will see you tomorrow for the quiz.